In Captain America Brave New World, Thunderbolt Ross converses with Sam Wilson in the possibility of restarting the Avengers. And it has been pretty much confirmed that Sam Wilson will be leading this new Avengers team, going into both Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. But we will be speculating in this video who else will be on the Avengers team, as well as how the Sokovia Accords will possibly affect the Avengers team moving forward. Now, during the post-credits scene of Captain America Brave New World, Sam Wilson is now vaguely aware, thanks to the leader predicting that the incursions are coming, and that Sam Wilson will need to select very carefully who is on this Avengers team, as it will have major impacts into what we see in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret War. As mentioned, the Sokovia Accords is still an active plot point in the MCU, and is actually the reason why we haven't seen the Avengers forming. Obviously, this has been a very glaring issue throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the Sokovia Accords have been active since Captain America Civil War, in which Captain America and Iron Man disagreed on the Accords and how the heroes should handle how the government utilizes them. Now, we have seen in the Falcon and Winter Soldier Disney Plus show that the Falcon has been going out on missions for the government, but yet Sam Wilson wasn't seen in both the Eternals movie, when the large celestial was literally coming out of the Earth, as well as the Secret Invasion story. Now, in the most recent trailer for the Thunderbolts, Valerie is actually campaigning to restart the Avengers team, or a version of the Avengers team, in the wake of the absence of an active Avengers team, which is strongly hinted at being the Dark Avengers. Now, it can be strongly hinted that the MCU is utilizing two, technically three, major eras from the Marvel Comics. The first is Avengers Disassembled, which following Scarlet Witch's breakdown and abuse of her chaos magic, that was triggered upon her learning that she once had children. The UN would withdraw financial aid to the Avengers team, dismantling the Avengers roster for a long period of time. The Avengers did not have an active Avengers team until they were reformed in the New Avengers under Brian Michael Bendis, when Electro would help to release 87 prisoners from the raft, which effectively re-endorsed the Avengers team. The second story is Dark Reign, which, following the events of Secret Invasion, Norman Osborn would take over operations of S.H.I.E.L.D., stripping Tony Stark as its head. He would reform S.H.I.E.L.D. into Hammer, and Osborn would utilize various Thunderbolt members into his Dark Avengers team in a bid to acquire more power and control. This would all culminate in Siege, where Osborn would attack Asgard until the Sentry became the Void. Finally, we have the events of Secret Wars that adapts Jonathan Hickman's Avengers storyline. Now, it's from my understanding and interpretation of what I'm seeing in the MCU right now. I think we are building towards the heroic age after Avengers Secret Wars, which will act as a soft reboot of the MCU, as well as having a particular focus on the X-Men and the mutants, starting a mutant saga, if you will, as well as having stories that are specifically grounded. Now, all of this to say, the Sokovia Accords has proven that the world needs superheroes. And although some governments will attempt to resist the active participation of heroes, the world pretty much needs some kind of superhero team. And thanks to the treaty that President Ross established during his very brief time in office, the world is now more united than ever before. But it could be united against superheroes. And this would possibly restart the Weapon Plus program in Russia, Canada, Japan, and the United States. And with the emergence of the X-Men and with the mutants, this could all lead into a future like Days of Future Past, Fall of X, and House of X storylines. Who will Sam Wilson be assembling in his Avengers team? Sam is definitely and is confirmed to be leading this Avengers team. Although Sam still has a long way to go as a leader, his empathy and communication can make him into an effective leader for this particular Avengers team. His failure with Joaquin to be an effective Falcon needs to be a lesson for him moving forward. But overall, Wilson is a needed and valuable addition for this Avengers team. This transitions nicely into the Falcon, where although the Falcon is a great character, he is in need of training and a superhero costume which can better match the training wheels that are needed for him to become the Falcon. His technical knowledge and hacker prowess, as well as the Falcon persona, does make him into a really great addition for this team, and he is definitely the yin to Wilson's yang. and it's a matchup which perfectly solidifies this particular Avengers team. Shang-Chi entered into the MCU during Phase 4, arguably among the better projects and new characters that have been introduced in the MCU post-Endgame. And he was essentially being prepared for a return in an Avengers team, powered by the 10 Rings and his expert knowledge of martial arts, make him a cool and effective addition for this particular team. So Captain Marvel will serve as a second-in-command member of this particular Avengers team. And although I don't think Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, is a particularly necessarily great character, I do think that her interactions with Sam Wilson could effectively make her into a better character. The Hulk would also be a great powerhouse to serve on this Avengers team. So, based on Wilson's close relationship with Wakanda, Shuri would be recruited into this Avengers team, going into Avengers Doomsday. And her technology and resources would be very much needed in order to rebuild this Avengers team. Now, this brings us into Spider-Man, whom I don't know if he's necessarily going to be recruited, but he is a vital player in Doomsday and Secret Wars, as he goes up against Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom and other superheroes. Although his identity has been erased, and because of the connections that Spider-Man currently has with Sony, I don't know how prominent of a role Spider-Man will have, but we can only hope that he will be involved, particularly as I believe he is such a major character for this story. And I just wanted to throw Ant-Man and the Wasp in here, just simply because although Jonathan Majors no longer plays a role in these Avengers movie, I do think that we could see Ant-Man. I don't know if we'll see Evangeline's Wasp, but we may see Ant-Man, we may not. So let me know what you guys think. So yeah, I'll do that in the other thing. So that's the end of my video. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know who you think the new Avengers team will be, and post comments down below. Bye, guys.